since and streaming a lot. Really had a lot going on. Building a bunch of houses, trying to sell some stuff. Personal. So I've been busy. I'm going to be putting a video out soon with an update on everything that's been going down for the last little while. I think it'll be probably pretty interesting. Quite a few people on this game like same thing. We stick grinding or still bankroll challenge and so forth. We are still doing bigger challenge. That's more of an idea of we make it don't. Yeah, we're doing lots of studying. We've been using hand to note, which you'll see there to track results. There's a link in the description, and also Savant River we've been using to train. It's definitely more of a not so much a recreational training site, but somebody who wants to take or is taking it seriously. A lot of pretty cool aspects, including like drills and stuff, which shockingly so I do have a link down below if you want to support the channel and use the affiliate link. That's awesome. If not, that's cool too. So, yeah, it's really awesome. It's a really, really good training site. It's a really nice interactive coaching sessions and kinds of other stuff. Really good. Checking it out. And we lost Queens versus eight twice. It was set on the river and another street. So off to a good start today. But yeah, I've been trending pretty solidly for quite a while now. Here is mostly NL 50. Overall, here's our NL. Let's see if I can get it. So here's our NL 50, basically. Last 120,000 hands or so. Um, it's 111,000 hands. Almost 5,900. So playing it like just basically even make say 200 GG copper, which is and then 11, 10 and a half, 11 BBs. Fitting. Yeah, pretty happy to say that. My face is interesting. Through everything, so yeah, just kind of down away, getting out 50, taking shots at 100 when the games are decent. Being in Ontario, and there's it's not like you guys that have 100 are super great, but there's definitely less recreationals and definitely significantly more regs, higher caliber with the regular system on GG. In Ontario, you can pretty cleanly make almost close to 10 unit runs on 100 in these rates. You could get quite a few like full grinders. I think similar to like NL 200 global pool, where you just get like a big jug. Like NL 100 to NL 200, I think you get a pretty similar jug from like 50 to NL 100. And with the exclusion of a few regs, between NL 100 and NL 200s, not as say significant. Might seem crazy to fold ace jack off that small three. I'm actually doing 26 bigs, 1%, 2%, 1%, 530 hands. I think you can comfortably just fold to that gun. Pick up young on 100 table and put that ace jack offsuit. And three recreationals at the table, so we're going to be just playing pretty straightforward. Mostly three betting for value. Going to the flop, building pots with big hands, and then just looking to show down. We do quick. We swap for a continuation right here. One does pretty quickly call. We are going to attempt this turn though. Um, Given that we have the ace of spades, which means he cannot have it, and therefore does not have the sense. Give us the advantage. And down here, pocket tens, we have like those at so I'm trying to kind of just streaming mode, lost so many watch hours, not convenient. It's just really different. Because we did showers, and then immediately things just crazy. Since we don't have the time to play, and now it's like 1,500 showers. We're trying to get back into it here, and yeah, we win with the watch on our third. Fold the deuce, ace, seven up here, so limp will ISO. You saw him open jam, went through that jam, pocket eights. Get checks by flop. We're just gonna go with an overnet on the turn. But it's like I don't think either with a spin, I check my range is like super because they oversee that and it's a checking range. So villains do check flop. He can pretty successfully overbet and get 10 folds. We don't have much of anything. You just want to take it in there with the exception of like ace high boards for whatever reason, to check a few hands on those boards. Jump here, we check flop, check turn, and then should have died at one draw action. So good deal on the table, like uh, the base was jump three with the 100 steps into anywhere into the case in. And so we're on our left, and we decide another show so here, and then we have this really regular there. So, like line. It's good. It's good. It's been getting tough on YouTube though. Very much. So I've been flirting with the idea of moving strictly to Twitch, potentially, and then just do YouTube from there. The reason being that they're like insta, lies now. They're like insta flagging poker, which is super annoying. And it's significantly uh, closer to chess, in my opinion, than it is to like other things. The nature of, you know, things you're not supposed to say on YouTube, because then you just get shadow banned. Or not shadow banned, but flag. However you want to. Yeah, so I have links to Canton Poker, which is a phenomenal game site for your results and statistics. It is significantly more than Folding Manager People Tracker because it's almost the same monthly as the average yearly. But like, if you're serious, they, it's significantly better. As, so we're just going to, and we're just editing the AI. No, poker. Uh, we're just editing the video here. Should be difficult to see as we get going. Once the poker started up in Vegas, that's pretty cool. I was really hoping to go this year, but things have not worked out fine completely for that. Though I think this is filter. Here we go. We've got a hand brewing here. If we can get any action. Fortunately, we do not. We do have a middle pair, but there's a lot of draws out there, including a bunch of over pairs and stuff. So we just want to try to get some value there. I don't think betting smart checking is obviously going to be the most plus EV play. Um, villains are not going to bluff enough, especially these ones. And when they do have hands, they're playing passive. So when we have a big hand, we just want to actually putting money in. And here with sixes, we're going to be looking to just get to showdown. It's going to be tough for us to win. It's got eight plus suited. Case in point, though, you can see why we don't want to leave this table. And let's do over to our video here. Yeah, Canada lost the Finland game. I don't know if you guys are big hockey fans or not, but unfortunately, 4-2 is to Finland. It's pretty disappointing for the boys, I can imagine. But it's, it's the edges of it massive, so playoffs, it's neat to win like games in a row, even though you're like a significantly higher team, the edges for obviously with Canada, for the games, Canada's going to win the majority of them. You only need to win one or lose one in that specific tournament. Okay, he's king here. So bumping ace jack over here, and we are definitely bumping the ace king. Two insta folds, so we'll go to ace jack. We raised, we got two callers. This guy leads one big blind into a suite of calling callers. The 10-6 will fold. I think we just check back the ace jack here with running bolt calling. Running bolt didn't call, and he mid and then the callers go. And let's show you this piece a little bit. Okay, so down here's just assuming. Now over here, we threw the three. Well, we got flop. Going called. Um, we checked turn. Well, it's we checked. Hang on, shit. 13. Raise the three. We threw that line. We went to be big on the flop. But I don't really think. I would fall either for tens, I think. I don't see him floating like the big three-quarter seven two after with just like an ace, right? And I don't think he should swing like this with like kings, queens, jacks. 5-6 doesn't do it, which is a eight. But he does like pretty aggressive stance. Let's move like then of floats. I'm probably gonna forget here. 35 to win 120, almost 61. I think I'm gonna call. He did get the one over. It's too bad. We were right. We're also right to pick up like 5-6. In this case, it's queen 5 suited, and he can linkage the banksters. Here at the ace queen, we're going for value and full river because he faced it there. So 5. The morning of villains in there on the turn. Take here. If you make get called, the big flop get called. It turns with ace and check. and kings. Fortunate wrong. One checker table. Yeah, we flop. This goes right. It's it's really good for a lot of value against recreationals on flip return because it's chasing super corner. I think you can be, depending on the villain type, it can be definitely be tighter on the weekends than you. So you're going to be able to like ease your way into the lump on the river against the majority of the Rex when they call flop, call turn. So you got to go for value on your flops and turns, and then you can be a little bit tighter on rivers where you only have like a top type. You have like a mediocre kicker to pair. If you have like ace king or ace four, then yes, you're gonna go for three streets with the ace kings and the ace kings. Depending on like your pair, they're just gonna be thinking on the river and then call it. Oh, too many hands like on the river can cost pairs for turn, draws for turn consistently. But on the river, they just give all those hands which well, don't turn their turns into plus. So there's not that should be handled on a river. They're all right. They play normal cautiously on the river, but like flop and turn needs to be a lot of value had. Do appreciate everybody who's come back to the stream, but it's been a while. It's not getting busy. But a lot of at 4 a.m., 5 a.m., until 5 p.m. and it's just impossible to find time between kids in life to stream. Bit of a mistake here. We isolate six bids and then check this board. I think I take a position. Villain tiny guys flop, and then pretty quickly checks turn. Drop it out the end. So it's not bad when it hurts. I think if it's what not hard, you can more often. I think it's just so many things. Well, that's first to open one. I could get a 100 working. Like eventually, all three of these players will get their money away. So we just need to continue to grind to make and just not make mistakes, and then we'll get there. I get one of those like auto checks as well to promote wallets. Mm, I think with the nines, they're gonna here. And City Bless for a chop. He does not. We're gonna bear that. Not sure if the table was there or not. Okay. Well, he had tens. Interesting lead out. I turned the tides down. Block this very far in the tournament. Perfect. Again, here we have King 5 against this one. We're just like, we're just never folding to him. He's read them enough to keep playing and stuff. Um, I don't think our hand's strong enough to go for the lead this one. There's not the king. I wonder if he calls. Yeah, it's just way too bad that king like king 10. Straight tournament or straight zip, for instance. I think against a block bet when we're in position, we can go for the mid raise, but I don't think There's enough hands in there. Plus, if we check raise, maybe could be a mistake like that. It's potentially a mistake against these at 60 people. It's like if you get two, just be some like he needs to learn this one. Against both whalers to limp our way in here, please. And I see there. That's 6:30 on the day. Sunday morning, so I expect the stream to be pretty good. Very well. Ace king, on a 50 table. We're also sitting heads up, waiting for an opponent to try to get some more tables open. So we're gonna do something with it. Last time, this bill just gonna jam all in 108s, so let's give him a chance to get here. Unless they sift through this. Okay. For the round twice today, it's here we got spades, running spades, ace or a king. Just an ace or a king now. No love today. Hey, we haven't won any of these all-ins yet. Win a bit of a pot over here on the 100 table with this red rack. So luckily, 33 was a choice. Queens there. This jack here, take it down, take it ace king on some 50 table. We got the limp, going to piece of limp. It's the only right, so when you guys you want to myself and blue orange, so you can. A bit doesn't trigger things. So 6x or 6x, 8x, way nice. I don't care about the regs, we don't care about anything that's at the table. Because generally, nobody's going to raise me enough actually. So we want to be, this is not, I believe, wherever you can. And that's one of the best, one of the most profitable line variables, is obviously is when somebody limps, we just raise pretty big balls. You want to be taking advantage of that by just making your ISO as big as possible. Sometimes it's three, sometimes it's five, sometimes it's six. The standard is just being mentioned in the performance, right? That's so the two lever you fly and so on. That's for me. I just want to start there, and then we just go from like four, we try five. If you find five, we try six. If you find six, we try seven. Then whatever they start folding, that's where we just pull them back to the. I may not that they're actually what happened here. Raise, so you can see it there. See right in there with the queen, three, six of hearts is interesting. It's really good stuff for like his one range. We do pick up the flush draw, so the two nines he's like floating between all the cards. We're gonna get folds. And we'll find those other cards all the time through the queen's head. So definitely spot to continue barreling. Can argue sometimes checking with the muddier flush draw because the ace high has more showdown value. But again, at a position, I think it just plays keener to almost often because they're going to do a lot of calling with their strong hands. They're not going to use a lot of getting through these or the in position. That's one of the like biggest disasters in poker is if you in position on the turn and you bet and you get check raised to a point where you have to fold your hand, you end up folding out 40%. Um, per year, something like that. It's just like a really not considered. Over here, we're going to down the double barrel on the six. Block queen jack. We block jack 10, which makes like when he flop, he's going to have ace x and second pairs a lot of times. So I think some kind of double barrel on. Um, and then ace on the river. I think we'll just check that because we can definitely float flops, check back turn, and then the river with like ace x. You have the jack eight. So. We appreciate everybody checking in. Stream we're on Twitch, Kick, and YouTube right now. Okay, queen eight suited, we're gonna go. Over here, we take it down to jack 10, which the five, deuce of spades. Over here, we pick up the aces. Facing a open for the button, roots to be in, read the two in here. No action. So pick up aces and king. We're betting again, there's some action here. Oh, I'll show, I think. So relatively straightforward, not too much out there for the damage. On the turn. So it's been a while since we've been back. I've been on streams. Make sure you guys do hit that like button. It does help with the stream, and we really do appreciate it when we here. We do have the lofty goal of getting to an average of 50 viewers, which is might not seem like a lot to people watching streams. Poker stream getting 50 viewers is actually a pretty solid achievement. And GG Poker gives you like massive bonuses if you get that hold it for 3 months. You get 100% rate growth, which is like insane. So that is what we'll be shooting for moving forward. So we're going to try to make a couple down here over this few months. Um, you know, we're looking for a training site. It's not swing. Check out Survive Poker. My links down below. It's actually a really cool site. It's definitely geared to serious recreationals and um, people looking to improve their game and mistakes. Um, yeah, they got these pretty cool lessons, like lessons to improve your game in certain scenarios. So there's big blind versus like they come through openings, and so forth. So there's a lot of really good stuff in them. The drills, I love the drills. Unless they have these like, great structured drills where you get to you follow a hand through. It'll give you like four multiple choice options of what the best option is. And it'll specify once you put your answer in, and then it'll tell you what the other options and kind of thing and what the best play was in that position. So those are all very and then at the end then once you answer right or you get to then provide feedback for yourself via multiple choice again where to so if it was easy for you, very hard for you, um, which is pretty cool. I know the drills kind of like dictate to bring certain scenarios for you. It's super cool, actually. It actually makes you think through the hands. When I first tested them out, I wasn't 100% on them. But now that I got a bunch of them, they're really, really awesome, and they actually force you to think a lot more than just like watching somebody talk, like you're sitting in a school lecture, depending on your learning style. But I know for me, sitting in a classroom and just like listening to somebody teach was never an option for me to learn anything in high school, college. So like everything was just like self for the most part after getting a basic idea. So this is a very cool training site. So the link is down. Anyways, just rambling about it, but yeah, I highly suggest just checking it out. Um, If you're serious, if you're not serious, you know what I mean? Like if there's no guarantee you're gonna get better, but like if you put the time in and actually study and do the drills and stuff, the odds of you getting better, it's sleeping than just mindfully staring at a training video on YouTube or something. Again, it is for more serious recreational players and grinders and actually looking to improve your game and mistakes and you've been kind of floating between 50 and 100. Just about everything going on in real world. It's just been busy. So I am getting sick of it, to be honest. So really getting super motivated to just like, 50 and 100 fine and just continue to do things that I'm not doing. So I'm trying to think of what kind of should make ourselves. I'm kind of leaning towards something like I know we're doing the 100K bankroll challenge, banker best bankroll challenge, which is cool and all. That's sort of a long term one, but like I don't know, something fun for the stream where we just do bankroll challenge, whatever they're called, like in the GG somewhere, and we'll shrink it and just like I don't even know, like set it for like 15K or something. 15K, 10K, and if we hit it, then we'll go play the World Series, like a man or something crazy. Something like that, I think would be actually pretty cool. Pretty cool. Why would you try to value bet you enter for no action? So that's kind of awful to pump. So, but I'm also trying to think of different videos to make. It's like I know there's a lot of like it's just live videos, and I know it's because we're online. YouTube flags everything, which is super annoying. It's such a good system going where we would find the stream, and then we edit that stream. We would cut out like 4 shorts, and they were all doing pretty much on the channel, getting 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15,000 views, which is like significant bump. And then YouTube just started like getting over like, videos that like blocking the videos, which like sure it should be for like I don't know. I'm back and forth on it. Like you can't play until you're 18 plus because it's technically cheating. Um, but it's so much like it's so much more similar to chess than it is to pulling something and letting the ding land where it lands. It's so much closer to chess in that sense. So I'm not a huge fan of the race. It's just clear as day. Like if you can look and say, okay, this person and this person, this person, they're winning players. And unless they stop studying and they start to get because the game gets better, they don't use long term. It depends how you want to look at it. I don't know. It's just the way YouTube works with nature. It makes sense, but if you're not if it's if your video gets flagged as 18 plus, then any game you want to that can't do shit. And you would think well, they just don't they don't know how to do this, but you'd think like movies that everybody just has a YouTube account. It's just I mean, pretty much it is not like full blown subscriber, and even if they get like more fundraise, if it's a fun video. Hey, the Queen Seven of Humor, the Seven of Roots, Time to cake, let's go. What is that called? Super winners. You think we're actually going to like break a little bit more? Just think like there's no denying anyone's stealing the blinds if people are calling every single blind. Like every time we raise, the villains are calling every hand where it's stealing anything, so we can make sure our hands being on ranges a lot of the time, or at least know that we can get them to swap. Certain villains, this team decay doesn't like to fold anything, so we don't want to be like a super loosey goosey against him. Oh, done one left, that's too bad. He gets stuck. Oh, yeah, a while ago there. That's too bad. Okay, so this happens. Streaming. It's like everybody's oh, well, oh no. All right, this hold on for a sec. Takes us so long. So we have a 1-2 game as well. Hard not to not to chase this table. There's yeah, this one too. There's three recreationals sitting at this table. Um, who's obviously he's one of the higher stakes grinders. Hey, I doing up here. We get in this king queen, so we're gonna get spot. See if we can win a hand. You hit our 10, so we change to still. Gives us out to fix the turn. So I guess it's some more numbers. Appreciate everybody who is here though, checking out the channel, hanging in. Make sure you guys hit that like. Feel free to chat, ask questions, hang out. All that there's the queen ball on the turn. Man, this has been our day today. Turns and rivers just been killing us. Ay, ay, ay. But anyways, yeah, I do appreciate everybody who is here. Please hit that like button. Feel free to chat, hang out, ask questions. Uh, does help push the videos in, and that is awesome. Let's try going back to streaming just on YouTube here and there. Um, 'Cause I'm not sure how much, like, if it changes the YouTube algorithm, if we're like pushing for their sites as well. Holding the 10-3 over here. We just get burned on the river again. All flop call turn, he shoves the river, we lose. And below man. It's driving nuts. It's not part of the game, but it does like still test me when you're just constant, like 7 tables in a row. Man, you don't understand that for Sunday. It's like every single Sunday. I just we just get cooked by the whales. It's just wild. Either overplaying, not playing enough hands, or just like feeling too wide. Like I don't know. But heads up games, so we'll flip one there, and then we'll just pull action from the other tables. Yes. So the set is I don't know, 50. So and one only at all 23. This one, I'll be left. Okay. Oh my gosh, it happened again. We have moved again down here. Getting river. You get a 200 table. With 5-4 suit. Don Juan limps. This guy limps. 5-4 ounce not a hand. We're going to be playing anything after this. So let's check. Two pair though. We're gonna go for value. He bets diameter base. He'll have some Jack X because he's checking to Don Juan who open limp. There'll be some like 5-6, some 7-6, some 4-6 type hands. It's not going to be too many like 8-9 type hands. So let's go for the value bet here. And take it down. 6-7 exactly. Oh my god. Okay, we'll take that one down. So I think like generally you play 8 tables. I think once we start moving couple times, I don't 200, we start with 6 tables just so we can focus a little bit more. Excuse me. And then we'll go from there. There's a lot of money to be made around 200. I mean, it's the amount if I'm playing. We can get the 100% streamer break back. And it's absolutely insane. I play over 9,000 games. You can make like 16, 17 games. It's just it's, especially if GD Ontario ever actually updates to um, getting like Blitz Poker, whatever you want to call it. Um, what's it called on GD Poker? So there, I can't remember. I think I remember. I think I know what it's called. It's like the Blitz Poker where you stop folding your hand to spears. It's called Blitz on the AMC. I don't know why I can't think of what it's called on GD Poker. Yeah, I got the king at 10 off. You know, 200 table stuff on. Just folding ace deuce. So you did finally manage to sell something. There's a you were just joining the channel and don't know, we real world build houses. And I've been sitting on a couple of them for like almost a year, and it has been draining. But finally managed to unload one. Closes in a couple weeks. Yeah, super, super good to get them off the table. Right here, King Jack suited. We're involved in that. You guys are watching other than YouTube, we can Twitch, YouTube, and on Kick. Thank you, pocket knives. So you have a lot of cheaper work violating lately. So we want to pull them. False turn. Yeah. Here we're in ISO here. So pocket knives we can play a ton of hands. So I'm actually gonna pretty big here on the flop because I think this villain, yes, I'll call it Jack, but he's gonna call his 5-6s and ace of deuces and ace fives and flush draws and straight draws and pair threes and four pair of sevens and eights on the flip. I'm just gonna big on the flop and then just need to check on the turn and Ten rolls off, jacks there, threes. Time is again. Let's lead into it. It's small. We do check back turn so that we can take over. Yeah, we take it down. It's only a few, maybe rivers. I'm not sure what rivers we would not call with there. Not really well limited thing, but hey, here we're gonna defend the king at 10. Pretty good flop for this. Nothing down here on the NL 200 table. Villain, that's small, and we're just gonna go for the check raise on this board. And if he folds, when he bets small like that, like he's calling, and then if we check raise and he falls, like we're just gonna get most of the time because the lower stage villains are not calling light against that line. So he's just gonna have like overpairs there, and I'm not really gonna see him push at NL 20 aces and nothing down here. Over here we just call sixes in the small blind. And it's like if you're not gonna get three men the offer from the big blind and you're so well, you can definitely float it in the small blind with like deuces, fours, five, sixes. You can three bet them in this season too, like both options. Definitely not bad, but yeah, it's still gonna be plus EV. So some of those names fall here, and the eights we're gonna set mine. Okay, it's pretty good board for us. We're here with the sixes. We do call it pretty big tone barrel. Um, Kings are brutal. There's the L2 on the table. The kings just the better for these we can. So they're going to pop pot, so I'm just gonna fold sixes. So it's suspect because there's an eight there, so we think to have like 8-9 or something, or ace eight suited to make hands. So this eight is clean. Let's stick down. We're gonna take it down the eights here. Shocking the Barada just to go for on that king. Or everybody else was check, 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 check. I think that's definitely a mistake to not that king. He could just be going because it's a two ways and wasting his time on it. And just like never be playing two way or something like that. Or think against small like Mar knees and just call out his three bet. He should be attacking that king because he has all strong kings. Um, we can rando have these king, I guess, some portion of the time. Like generally speaking, we just like him he's king queen. That's fun. Okay, we're gonna be betting up here at the 14 high over the 6-5 suited. Interesting that he loves. Then you throw the turn ace and we're gonna raise. So then get raised, so we're just gonna move on. In that scenario. Sometimes we get check raised when you bet small. Still, that's pretty rare. But it's super rare to get check raised as a bluff if you're going like some percent, like these specific unknown times. Okay, I don't like this left. We did lose a left. It was sitting on them. All right. The eight rolling off here is not great. It's gonna be hard to get value now. Yeah, so it's gonna find that here. I don't know. I think when he cheats, like again, like that turn check back is a lot of aces. Which is generally checking back to 12 numbers. So I think we can 50 here. When we have the ace 10, I try to get him to pull up. Now all of his like really bad ace X that do check to him a lot are gonna have to play the jack kicker. So it's gonna increase the likelihood of play for him significantly. There. So down here, the open, big one calls. So he doesn't have like aces or anything like that. Not worried about like too much. Thought that not flushed around to see bet. Small balls. The jack on the turn gives us enough against this one and suited this one. uh, sizing something I need to work on. We should be more tiny there, bigger there, um, to be like correct. That- okay, again, we just mentioned up there, so defaults there. I do want to find out if like we when we check turn, because he's calling almost every single flop. I'm just trying to like figure out if he's calling the flop to like bluff all the winners, so when the turns go check in, or if it's literally just like anything that has like backdoor potential is just calling. Like there's two options in the scenario. But, try to be a little less risk averse as well. So like taking these really expensive player stakes, or like top 200 when you have 3 wins. So again, what I'm the cash per se is a tighter reg if you're seeing that king in its hand. Um, but it's also like a chance that he just knows the tables 3 bucks. And he's going to just attack that. So we're just going big and big and big here with the ace king. We're just fold, unfortunately. Hey, Don Juan. I think we can value the king, to be honest. Just gonna go min bet, min bet. All right, he's got pair, so we've got to check out it. Let's turn. Sevens. Yep. Again, we're still can contemplate. This is so much right there. This other thing. There's we have a comments. As I was saying earlier, want to make, you know, like trying to think like 2 months, 2 million, like these kinds of videos soon. So like there's another grinder who does have the streaming package. Thanks to um, I got like yeah, an idea for that if we can get to 50 like viewers and kind of do like as a challenge against him or just playing like for these games or something on the stream. I think it'd be pretty cool. Maybe that'll not 200 or something reasonable. Probably like 500 or something. But um, interesting. I think. Let's just shoot over with the out. Jackie suited down here, Don Juan limps. I'll just limp it in here because he's like really stationy. It's a bit of a. I guess you want that. You know what I mean? Like theoretically, we should just be like we should be treating like his flop calls as like or whatever, right? We're like I swim free, secret the flop, then barrel him on the turn to get him full. Right? So maybe so then he calls and then folds on the street. Plus because it's just winning. We can pick up ace king here. So we're gonna fold that. Okay, three bet for the button. Ace king has three minutes, just a one for over here. So let's get a bit. I'm not saying it's off. We feel like the range of ace king. I'm not sure. Pretty sure. I don't know if it's middle position and cut off. It's definitely cut off. I think we're blasted down here. Oh, river. Not fold jack three. Bitch, if you guys are coming into the stream, Twitch, YouTube, Kick, whatever it is, make sure you share it, hit that like button. We do super appreciate it, and it really does like help grow the channel and push the video a lot. Type it up, whatever you got to do. So we're trying to improve things on our end. Um, Time is not great. Like I want to start streaming under time. It's a really good hand here. Just running the zero. Three bet, unfortunately. We're just giving up with these king clubs. I don't block anything. Um, so we're gonna move on from there. Uh, yeah, I'm fourth with that. I think we should be splitting on this one. I think having more channels, more areas to be seen is probably better right now while trying to grow. And then that way, all of you guys who are watching from other sites can like to YouTube and just, like, subscribe, which is super cool, I think. We get called down here. We get shut down. This particular villain's on a bit of a heater. It doesn't really matter if he checks back. We just don't really have a hand that we can bluff with too often on this board when the spades get there. I feel like it's the spades that probably just root this. You block like king, yeah, type hands. So without the spade, I think there's no just get yeah, I don't know. I think we can the hands up here. We need like if I had the jack of spades with the ace of spades, I think I could have convinced myself to bluff. I know we're blocking like ace ten, ace queen, king jack. It's still in the jack, but without the spade blocker, I think cutting down's probably okay. If we were in position and we took turn and then he checked again, we might be inclined to bluff there, but it's tough with the ace. The ace has showdown value, so the more showdown value you have, the more showdown value you have, the less you can think. It's just kind of how things work. So up here again, just classic, we ISO raised. So you see, and it doesn't really matter what else is. Anything is profitable. Okay, this was holding up here. So that's one idea. We're just like forcing the flow, just something different with. Can't force you get called by deal or deal. You're forward. I'm just gonna see it small position. He's a big bastard we're out of position as a continuation. So I do it, and that's really that's for a specific reason based on my antidote Smith that I have. So if you want to be able to do stuff, follow the link below. Make sure you use my promo code to save 10%. Oh man, the mic's cracky again. That's super exciting. All right, I gotta listen. Okay, apparently it's I wonder if I wonder if that's all it was. I wasn't fully plugged in. This is I'm trying to listen to my microphone. Sorry, I'm just trying to listen to the microphone. It's kind of like echoey almost. Only fans. It's the next thing I'll fix this microphone and I continue this without thinking. I'm gonna try to adjust this wolf. Right? Why is it so echoey? Um, Stream because I'm not speaking. So let me mute this. What's that there? Yeah, not this line. So bear with me while we focus this. We gotta figure this. Fucking I'm well forced to fold this up. Okay. Here we're gonna be super paying pretty big. Down. Uh, let's pull this up. Pull this up. Pull this up. Go here. Okay. Skip. Okay. Threshold should be 20, 150 plus 2. All right, we'll try that. We're gonna go for some big value here. What's 10 shows check check. Hoping villain picked up like ace queen ace king, and we sort of like no action. Let me make some of these adjustments. Wherever that is here. We're trying to keep the tables rolling here. Negative 20 and then 150. Right? And then 150. And then it's 2. Trying not to time it any longer. Trying to stream it next to the phone. See how that plays in. Um, Hopefully that's a little bit better. The volume. That might just, well, let me adjust this a little bit. Let me pull that down. Keep the microphone in the green as best as I can. That's okay. Just keep the room. I also can't keep the phone like computer the way it should be, so let me hear. Okay, well, hopefully it's a little bit better anyways. Don't know if it is or not. Still could turn that down a bit because you want it like landing into the I think we're just gonna roll with that. Hopefully it's fine. It's not. I guess for now, we'll have to try to figure it out for the next. Try to figure it out for the next stream and get it improved after that. That's an interesting play. Well, I do appreciate this coming. Hopefully the microphone quality is a little bit better now. It didn't sound horrendous, but it was definitely a little bit snappy and a little bit gooey. I think that probably there, just have like one of those mics that can fill in. Um, it's not a lot I can do while on stream and not having a clue whether to adjust to improve that. We'll find out. Made some adjustments based on old ChatGPT running the show here, taking all the work. Um, and we're just one of these days we're going to turn a hand against. Until then, we're going to continue to see bet small for value with pairs and fruit cards, and then just look to show them. Keep it. Chapter 1510. Perfectly fine. Folding up. We're gonna see if there's any more NL50 tables up. It looks like there's some more villains joining the rodeo. Still no other NL50 tables. Then because we've timed out over here, let's give me a second here. Please. Hey, villain just calls. We can pretty much eliminate aces, kings, queens, and ace king from his range immediately. Same with great spot. Most of the ace kings were three betting from both of these villains, and we've done blocked the king queens. Obviously, there's still some king jacks in there. It's actually relatively decent board for us. Ace isn't great. He's gonna call all like 6, 7, 7, 8s, anything like that. So we check that too. And we just match the so if he has a king, we just want to put him or an ace, which is totally checking the call. That's was okay. Give him a chance to make that call. Okay. And we do chase down the straight here. Obviously, the flush rolls in, but our hands just like for all of it. We are going to kill off the 25 tables. We can pull 52. Appreciate everybody who's here coming out, checking out the stream now. If you guys don't mind, feel free to leave a comment, chat, hang out, ask some questions, hit that button. That's the push there that helps promo the stream out. It's definitely appreciated. Okay, we'll bring the system suited here. Take it down. Turning Dawn Juan here for the most part. Five deuce. Actually, if I could see we can for sure. Given who the villain is in the big blind. 4 into a 3 bet here. Eights. Hit eights. And then we keep those. No action. And we'll stick to the L200 tables with this. But yeah, the goal is basically to grind up, get to that 100K mark, complete the challenge, and honestly, I'm just really sick of continuing to grind in the 50 and all the time. So I think we made our point that you can definitely do it. It's basically, my advice realistically is I would not, unless you know like ability, like I would just probably I grind it at all 25 if I was coming up. Like work for those are out is gonna make more money. Side. Uh, so you can count five. So with $500 my first time deposit, save up so that you can max first deposit bonus. Okay, that's it. Starting at all 25, just looking for that. Now 10 and 5 is just worth it. It's just for 2 months 25. Much just for a few select things. We're just like doing an insane like pounds 50 and all for leaderboard or something ridiculous. But yeah, just save up enough to get the max deposit bonus, drop it, and then study just and keep going. Because you have a real time job like your bankrupt doesn't matter as much. Okay, so because you can just work on shit, just like and you're gonna make more money at like anything than you're gonna all 45. So it's just easy to plan shit. It's obviously a different scenario when you get into like that. From like the day to like the issue. I feel like 2 days to reach measured. It's just not doable for most people. So if I get to higher stakes, but no, 25, yeah, just save up enough for the max deposit. Just put it down, so surmising everything that's first, and then just if you guys are just check out stream, make sure that you've been using lately to stream. Obviously, no training stake has any guarantees. This one is actually pretty cool, and it is geared towards better regs. We're getting looking to improve on their games significantly and want to just get ahead of the game and get to the higher stakes and so on. But there's a link down below if you wanted to check it out. And here we have Queens. Through that free call, we could take five off to him, and we're just kind of going into check for the most part. I am going to fold the tiny two. That is almost like always like a lot of times it's not value because it puts us into size shove from like a recreational. It's generally what I would put going on with this strong hand. The issue is we threw the three, I think he just calls and we block king queen. Um, yeah, it's good so he's just pretty tight. But don't really give him credit for something like he's he's for something into a bluff with like the like this or like the Walkers to the king. So the mega, the mic is I'm not sure how to fix this. Might be time for a new microphone. Hmm. I feel confused. She's I get these concepts. That's what is with the microphone? It usually is pretty good. Wait, what do I have plugged in here? What's this go to? This goes to yeah, that goes to the camera. Well, not the camera's tweeting. Right, right. Seven. Okay, so microphone or the camera just on us too. Holy moly. What is going on here? I'm gonna sit up for like a minute even. So I can try to put some dying first because pay attention. We need to pay attention. One should have been flopped realistically, just because he's calling everything. Not if there's an ace thing. No, he's just calling every single flop. Let's see here. Image display capture video capture device. So now it's the app. That okay. So that's all. What am I doing? Some videos. I'm trying to fix the microphone. Next phone. One headset, I guess. Too close to this one. It's like so far away. Just wonder if that's something that would work. What filters that we have on here? Some quality noise reduction. So this should all be good. This is also 150, -20. So it's just sheets. Clean. Um, it will only be a couple minutes here. We'll try for this. We're not fixing noise suppression because I'm so far away from the nature. What if the noise suppression I'll be it? Is it so sharp? Really need situation. I'm gonna mute it for a minute. I'm just trying to figure this out because I don't even have. I lost all my audio too. Whatever. So, no idea. Might just move on here. Try to figure it out later. Just a while. It's completely muted now. Don't understand. No clue what's going on. So like this microphone, when it's on, it's through the camera, and with razors, bring lights on, but it's not being picked up happening. By OBS now. I'm not sure what that's all about. I figured that out. No idea what's happening.